Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and we are back for more Bushido, Way of the Samurai. We're making our way through the book. Over the halfway point, so just looking at the future pages so we can get ready to read it. Okay. We'll start with deny the gods if they stand in your way. Although I am told that the gods dislike the defiled, still, out of my own trivial strategy, I have never failed to pray every day, even to these gods. I pray to the gods simply for my good luck when I am working under a rain of blood and jumping over the dead bodies. I pray to the gods without regard for the gods' dislike of bloodstain. I think that it cannot be helped if they turn away from me because I am bloodstained. So he's essentially saying, yes, I still worship, I still pray, but my position requires a lot of uh, death, a lot of spilling of blood. And if they dislike that, he cannot help it, for that is his job. Next section is human life is trivial. Life of humankind is indeed very short and trifling. You ought to spend your time doing whatever you like to do. It is very foolish to lead your life troubling yourself with unfavorable matters in this world of dream. If this is misinterpreted, it will harm youth. So I have not spoken of this to the young samurais. This is my secret, from my own inner shrine, i.e., this is playing my trump card. I personally like to sleep. I am thinking of sleeping away the rest of my life, permitting my legs to work only as much as the present circumstances require. So, life is short, he's saying, you know, why spend it doing something you don't enjoy? You know, do things you like to do, he says. But it's very foolish to lead your life troubling yourself with unfavorable matters in this world of dream. So, from what I'm understanding of it, um, don't focus on things that don't bring you as much joy as they should. Life's too short. The next section is you cannot tell your own ability. Kayan Osho, Monk Kayan, once said, those people who see very little think they are awakened to their own merits and demerits. Therefore, self-praise springs up within them. Indeed, it is still impossible for you to know your length and width. You cannot judge yourself. And so, essentially, they are saying that people who have seen very little outside of themselves or their surroundings think they are awakened to their own ups and downs. And he essentially says, do not, be like this. You cannot judge yourself. You must take, and it's something he's said in other parts of the book, you must take the advice of others, listen to others. Dignity. The way you look is literally the expression of your own dignity. Your dignity can find expression in many ways in your efforts, in your graceful, mild manners, in the calm and silence of your bearing, in your grave conduct, and in your piercing stare affected with clenched teeth. These are all expressions of your inner dignity. After all, the fundamental lies in your being, seriously aware with total concentration of mind. Um, so it kind of gives a true expression of who you are. You know, in how calm and silent you are in some situations. Excuse me. How graceful and mild mannered you are in others. Your serious, grave conduct. And he mentions also a piercing stare affected with clenched teeth. So, next section is don't despise the upstarts. Nazuma Nakano once told me, there are some who deem it squalid to use an old bow at tea ceremony. They think new bows are clean and better. On the other hand, there are those who consider the use of old bows to be proper. They are both wrong. What they now know, what are now known as old bows, have found their way through the hands of the humble into the hands of the great, solely by virtue of their inherent value. This is also the case with servants. It is simply because of their own ability that they are able to rise from low estate to high. It is a gross mistake for you to refuse to share a post of equal rank with them, or not to agree to receive those who have no family background. You must not refuse our superiors on the ground that they were formerly the tight leg or the light-legged. You must respect those who have climbed from the lowly more than you do the well-born people who remain in high posts. So he's saying, don't discount those who have been around a while, who have worked their way up. Um, Next section is keeping a respectful distance. Unless a samurai allows his lords, chief retainers, and elders to keep him at a respectful distance, he cannot carry out great assignments. He cannot work effectively when he is reduced to being their shadow. Always bear this in mind. So, you cannot keep those who are kept on a chain and expect them to be able to do certain requests or requirements you wish to be done. Essentially, what I get out of it. Weigh your words. It's a great fault to speak with others' affairs, of others' affairs. It is also not advisable to praise others. After all, it is most important to know your own self and apply yourself to your own self mastery. You had better wait. Excuse me. You had better weigh your words. Um, so speak cautiously when you do speak of others, because the only person you should be able to judge is yourself. Make yourself better. The next section is two kinds of people. Virtuous people are relaxed on their minds. In their minds. My apology. Virtuous people are relaxed in their minds. They do not seem to be busy about anything. The little men are very noisy. They make a fuss, argue, and rattle around. So, the ones who make the most noise and the biggest uproar tend to be those little people, not necessarily of height stature, but he's saying the virtuous people seem to be more attuned, relaxed with their thoughts and their ideas. Next section is defeating yourself by victory. On the occasion of lawsuits, discussion, and debates, there are some cases in which you can lose all the more splendidly if you withdraw your opinions earlier than expected. It is like Japanese wrestling. If you are too eager for victory and win foully, then your victory is worse than a true victory. Rather, your foul victory will turn into a foul defeat. Uh, in other words, it's another idea of use your thoughts and ideas and what you know. Don't be so quick to show your hand or eager to show you're trying to win. Pick your spots, and you may very well win an honest victory. Whereas if you try too hard and end up winning a foul victory, it's no better than a foul defeat. The next section is on visiting others. When you decide to call on others for a talk, you had better notify them of your impending visit, as it may be that they are otherwise occupied, or your visit could prove embarrassing if they have something else on their mind. After all, you need not go where you have not been invited, because one can have few bosom friends, even if your apparent friends should invite you. You may feel ill at ease in their company. If you see them only at parties at long intervals, you will not be able to open your heart in their company. Generally speaking, you are liable to blunder at the entertainment seat. On the other hand, it would not be good for you to avoid meeting your visitors when they drop by and you are busily involved. And essentially, what I make from what he's trying to say is that do not impress yourself onto one who is busied with other issues. You don't want to become a burden. However, if they drop by, you still need to be a gracious host. But that's all we're going to read for now. We are making our way through. As you can see, we are well over halfway. As always, educate thyself. Think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to make a claim you're unsure of, ask them to cite their sources. Something we need to do more and more often. I'll see you all in the next video. Until then, later.